1 in 4 people over 70 will have a stroke. That is not a statistic. That is your neighbor, your friend, maybe you. But here is what scares me most. Most strokes do not announce themselves with pain. No chest tightness, no screaming. They slip in like a thief in the night. If you are over 70, you are in the danger zone, and your doctor may not tell you what you are about to hear today. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which 7 silent signs to watch for, and exactly what to do the second you see one. If you have ever felt suddenly dizzy, confused, or strangely weak on one side, even if it lasted only 10 minutes, comment yes below right now. Let's get to work. I worked with a 74-year-old man named Frank. Frank was sharp, played golf twice a week, never missed a crossword puzzle. One morning, his wife found him in the kitchen staring at the coffee pot. He looked confused. He said, "I don't remember how to make coffee." He laughed it off. She laughed it off. She laughed. 3 hours later, Frank could not lift his right arm. By the time they got to the hospital, the damage was permanent. Doctors call what Frank had a silent stroke. But here is the truth. It was not silent. It was just ignored. Stay with me until the end. Point number 7 will surprise most people. 1. Sudden loss of balance without falling. You are walking to the bathroom. Suddenly the floor feels tilted. You grab the wall. You say, "Whoa, I'm just tired." That is not tiredness. That is a stroke warning. If your brainstem loses oxygen, your balance center fails first. The dangerous part? You do not fall. So you ignore it. A 78-year-old woman stood up from her chair and felt like she was on a boat. She sat back down for 5 minutes. The feeling passed. She never told anyone. 2 days later, she woke up unable to speak. The moment you feel unsteady for no reason, stop, sit down, test your arms, test your smile, call 911 if anything feels off, even if it goes away. Drop a 1 in the comments if you have ever felt dizzy for no clear reason. 2. One side of your face feels numb, even slightly. You wake up, you look in the mirror. One side of your mouth looks a little low. You think, "I slept wrong." You touch your cheek. It feels tingly, like you just left the dentist. That is not a pillow. That is a stroke. The face is the most sensitive map of your brain. When blood flow stops to the facial nerve center, you lose muscle control. But it can be so subtle you miss it. A man named Bob tried to smile at his granddaughter. Only one side of his mouth moved. He said, "Guess I'm losing my smile." He lost his ability to swallow by dinner time. Smile at your reflection every morning. If one side is different from the other, do not wait. Call someone. You have less than 3 hours to save your brain. 3. Sudden confusion. Talking wrong words. You are telling your wife a story. You say, "I went to the thing. You know, the place with the..." You know what you want to say, but the word will not come. Your brain knows the word. Your mouth cannot connect to it. This is not old age. This is not senior moment. This is a language stroke. A retired teacher tried to order eggs. She said, "I would like the yellow circle from the chicken." The waitress smiled. Her husband laughed. By the next morning, she could not recognize her own name. The second you mix up simple words, stop talking. Write down today's date. If you cannot write it clearly, you need a doctor right now. Type 2 in the comments if you have ever said a wrong word and worried about it. 4. Blurry vision in one eye, then it clears. You are reading the newspaper. The letters on the left side look smeared. You rub your eye. You blink. It gets better. You tell yourself, dry eyes, allergies, getting old. But if only one eye goes blurry and the other is fine, that is a stroke. Your vision center sits at the back of your brain. A tiny clot can cut blood flow there in seconds. The vision returns as the clot dissolves, but the damage to small blood vessels remains. A 71-year-old man lost vision in his left eye for 7 minutes while driving. He pulled over. He waited. It came back. He drove home. He never saw that as a warning, but his brain saw it as a clear signal. If one eye goes blurry, even for 1 minute, cover the other eye. Test your vision. Call a doctor. Do not wait for it to clear again. 5. Sudden severe headache. No history of migraine. You are cleaning the kitchen. Your head explodes. It is not a tension headache. It is not sinus pressure. It is the worst pain of your life. You grab the counter. You think, I need ibuprofen. This is a hemorrhagic stroke. Blood leaking into your brain. Silent? Not really. But people call it a bad headache and wait it out. That kills. A 76-year-old woman felt a blinding headache behind her right eye. She took 2 Tylenol. She lay down for an hour. The pain faded. She woke up in the ICU with a paralyzed left side. The bleed had stopped on its own. But the damage was done. A headache this severe, especially with no history of migraines, is a 911 event. Do not take medicine. Do not lie down. Go to the hospital. Type 3 in the comments if you have ever had a headache so bad you could not think straight. You have seen 5 signs so far. Each one is dangerous. Each one has taken real lives. But point number 6 is the one doctors hide. It is the one that looks like something else entirely. Most people mistake it for dementia, arthritis, or just being tired. Point number 6 is coming next, and it will shock you. 6. Sudden fatigue, without exertion. You wake up. You slept 8 hours, but you feel like you ran a marathon. You sit on the couch. You watch TV for 20 minutes. You fall asleep standing up. This is not laziness. This is not depression. This is a silent stroke causing your brain to starve for oxygen. The body creates fatigue as a survival signal. When blood flow to the brain is low, your brain sends a shutdown command. A 73-year-old man who played bridge every afternoon started sleeping 3 hours after lunch. His wife thought he was slowing down. 3 weeks later, he could not remember his children's names. The fatigue was the only sign, and nobody saw it. If you are suddenly exhausted for no reason and for 2 days in a row, then see a neurologist, not your primary care doctor, a specialist. 7. Hiccups that will not stop. Yes, really. You are eating. You get hiccups. You drink water. You hold your breath. It does not stop. 20 minutes later, you are still hiccuping. You laugh at yourself. This is not a stomach problem. This is a stroke. The hiccup reflex sits deep in your brainstem. When blood flow stops there, your diaphragm spasms uncontrollably. A 79-year-old woman hiccuped for 48 hours. Her family said, "That is so weird." They took her to urgent care. The doctor gave her antacids. 3 days later, she had a massive stroke. The hiccups were the only sign, and they were missed by everyone. Hiccups that last longer than 1 hour, without a clear cause, require an ER visit. Do not listen to your family. Do not listen to the internet. Listen to me. Type 4 in the comments if you have ever had hiccups that just would not quit. Let me give you the 3 most important things to remember today. First, a stroke can be silent. No pain, no falling. Just a moment of confusion, dizziness, or blurred vision. Second, if a symptom lasts more than a few minutes, even if it goes away, you need a doctor. Do not wait. Third, the fast test works. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911. You are not overreacting. You are protecting your brain. I want you to live long enough to see your grandchildren graduate. I want you to wake up every morning knowing your body is safe. Here is what I need from you right now. Comment, "I watched" below if you finish this video. Then share this video with one person over 65 who needs to hear it. Like the video if you learned one new thing. Subscribe so you do not miss the next video I have for you. Stay safe, stay aware, you are worth saving.